So this week I had no idea what video I wanted to film, so I just decided to do like a chit chat type video. And it was requested for me to talk about this first topic that I'm gonna talk about. And it's a video that I've been not wanting to film. I hate talking about this and I just try to avoid it sometimes. So it's really hard and I don't want to talk about it, but I want to talk about it, if that makes any sense. So I'm gonna film this video. So as you can tell by the title, this video is about anxiety, which is something that I feel like I've had for a long time. I just never realized what it was. Growing up, I actually never liked to go to eat out anywhere. My family, they knew, they were just like, okay, we're gonna go take Amy food, to the house so she can eat there. I just never knew why I didn't like it. I just felt like, I don't know, I just did not like, I would feel really anxious when it came to going out to eat, to the point where I would honestly feel like I wanted to throw up. So there was a point in time where I just stopped going and I just told my family I don't want to do it. I don't want to go. When they had like, family dinner, let's go out to eat dinner type things, I never wanted to go. And like they would get angry with me. They're like, why, it's a family thing, why don't you want to go? And I'm like, I just don't want to go. Like I would always just say that, like, oh, I don't want to go, or I'm tired, I feel sick. Like I'd make, little excuses. I just never knew why. I didn't actually realize I had anxiety until we moved here to Austin. When I first moved here, I found it really, really, really hard to, I don't know, I guess, like it. And I was just always in, like, every day I'd always say, I want to go back home, I want to go back home. And I just never felt comfortable, and I never wanted to do things because I get really, really anxious. I hate going to the stores to go grocery shop. Like I would try to avoid it. And there was a day my sister wanted to buy, or needed to buy, one of those jumper cable type things that actually has it in like the device, so you don't need a car to jumpstart your car. I don't know what they're called, but it's one of those things. So she asked me, hey, do you want to go with me? I don't want to go alone. And her car didn't want to start right, obviously, so we couldn't drive there. So we walked. It was quite a walk. I think it was like 2 miles, maybe 2-3 miles. But I didn't want her, obviously, I was like, I'll go with you. I don't want you to go alone. So we went, we came back. It was really cold. It was like in January, February. It was really, really cold. So we were just like, and it was really heavy. So she was like carrying it. And there was a point when we were traveling back that I told her, oh, I can carry it for you if you want, because I feel bad that you're carrying it. It's really heavy. And then I couldn't do it for that long. I probably only took like 5 steps, and then she took over again. So that didn't last that long. So then we got home, and I don't know, my sister, we got home. Roxy was there. I think she was watching TV or something. And I think we were home for like maybe 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, or maybe 30. I don't know. We were home for a while. And we were there watching TV, and all of a sudden I just felt like I couldn't breathe. And like, and obviously I was having like, I guess I was anxious in a way. And then since I couldn't breathe, because when you feel anxious, you just, or at least for me, you just feel like your heart is beating really, really fast. And then when you have a panic attack, you just feel like you can't breathe. And so there was a point where I was like, I told her, I was like, I couldn't, like at first when I felt that, I was like trying to catch my breath. And when you're feeling like anxious, you just calm yourself down, and it's over. But if you don't, it turns into like a panic attack, because you're panicking that you can't breathe. So then that's what happened. As soon as like I felt like, I was like, I just can't breathe. I can't take a deep breath. And that's when I looked at my older sister, not Roxy, my other sister. I was like, I can't breathe. And she's like, why? What's wrong? I was like, I don't know. I can't breathe. And she's like, just calm down, like, try to breathe. And I was like, I just can't take a deep breath. Like, I can't, I don't know what's wrong. And I was just like, I was panicking. And so she was like, maybe you got sick because, we went out and it was really, really cold. And I do have bronchitis. So she was probably like, maybe it has to do with that. I don't know. Because when I was really little, I was like in the hospital for like a month or so, like maybe plus, like a month and plus, I don't know. So she was like kind of scared. So she was like, get into the tub, and I'm gonna fill it up with water. And she put like, I don't know what, there was like a relaxing kind of like, I guess, bubble bath type thing. and I was laying in there and it felt really good, but at the same time, like it felt like it was relaxing me, but at the same time I felt like I was fighting it. And I, like, when, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, when you have anxiety and you already know in your head, I have it, you can't calm yourself down like a normal person can. Like, a normal person, when they just get anxious, when they're like, oh, I just feel really anxious, like something's gonna happen, they just calm themselves down like nothing ever happened. But people with anxiety, they kind of, when they're going through that, they can't calm themselves down because we have an excuse, like we have anxiety. So with me, that's what I was doing. I was fighting it. I was fighting not wanting to, just relax and feel better, because it's nothing, it's all in my head. So, she was just there, and like she called my mom, and my mom was like, what's happening? I was like, I don't know, I can't breathe. And, she was like, she was telling my sister to take her to the hospital. My sister's like, no, I don't think, she's sick. Like, let's just give her a couple days. So I myself realized that it was, I guess, mental, because I'd go to sleep and I'd wake up and I felt all right. Like, I was at peace, you know what I mean? So I was like, this is not, I'm not sick. This is in my head, because when I'm asleep, I'm okay. I can breathe. There's nothing wrong, because I know my sister would tell me, like, you're fine at night. I don't see you breathing different. You're asleep. So that's when I figured out, I was like, it has to be something that's not like, I'm actually sick. You know what I mean? So, I don't know. I think it was like days or maybe like a week. And I told her, I was like, I just want to go home. Like, I called my mom and I was crying, and she told my sister, just bring her back so that I can take her to the hospital here. So we drove all the way there, and my mom was like, let's go to the hospital. Do you want to go today? Do you want to wait it out? What do you want to do? And I was like, let me just wait. And just felt like, I don't know, like I felt like I was home, because I was at my family's house. But at the same time, I was like, I'm not home. Like, this is not Austin. I'm not home. I don't want to be here. And in my head, I was just going through like, I don't know, like, do I want to, like, I was so confused. Like, I was like, I really wanted to be here, and I thought this was going to calm me down because my family's here and I lived here, and it didn't calm me down. So I feel like I panicked a little bit more, and I just went out to the living room, and I told her I just want to go to the hospital, and she's like, okay. And then so she took me, and they checked me, and then he came in. He was checking my legs, I guess, because they say if it feels like the same if you have like blood clots, I guess. So he checked my legs, and then he said, well, you have anxiety. And I was like, oh, okay. I was like, I don't know what that is, And so he told me, he's like, you have to go to your personal doctor, so he can recommend medication to you or alternatives for you to, cope with it. And I'm like, oh, okay. And then, I went home, and I think I felt relaxed that day. Like, I went home, or I went to my parents' house, and I was like relaxed, but then the thought of it being mental made it difficult, because I'm like, I guess never gonna be 100%, because I know that it's something that I like have. So I mean, but at the same time, I felt okay, because I'm like, as long as I can, I guess, I don't know, like, deal with it, then I can stop it from happening. So I don't know, I guess I was kind of at peace in a way. Months after that, they were so difficult. Like, my birthday, I think I only went out once, and it was horrible. Like, I felt really, really anxious, and that whole day I was just like in my room, and I didn't want to come out. Like, I mean, I don't think my sisters realized as much, but I was just kind of like, I don't know, I was just so down, and I just didn't want to do anything, and I was just like so like depressed, and so like, I don't even know. This video is harder to film. Man, this is why I hate talking about this. So, what I was trying to say is that was probably the worst birthday for me, because I wasn't like, I don't know, I guess I expected more from it. I guess I expected to be happy because it's my birthday, and it was probably one of the worst days of like that year. So it was horrible. Sorry about crying. This is why I hate talking about this, because I just think of things that like anxiety got in the way of, and what I wish I can go back and change. And that's why I hate talking about it. I hate it. Every time I have to talk about anxiety, when people ask me questions about it, I just think of all the things that it prevented me from doing, and all the bad things that I remember about anxiety, and then I feel anxious, and then I panic sometimes. So I hate this topic, but I wanted to talk about it. So, now it's gone to a point where I probably only have a panic attack like maybe once a month or once every 2-3 months. Like it doesn't happen often. I feel anxious almost every day. There's not a day that I don't wake up and feel anxious about one thing. But I can control that, obviously. So I don't know. I guess I'm in a place where I feel like it's okay. I'm not at the place where I want to be. I want to one day be able to do stuff and not have to worry about anything. In a place where I don't have to think about anxiety before I think about what I want to do, if that makes any sense. Like when I think about BeautyCon, I think about all the things that can go wrong, which makes me anxious, instead of thinking about BeautyCon and I'm gonna meet by some of my YouTube best friends. I'm gonna go and like to this like YouTube event, which I've always wanted to do. I don't think that. I think the other way. So I want to get to the point where I don't think about the negative. I think about the positive, which is gonna make it like a better, I guess, not stressful time, if that makes any sense. So I'm not at the point where I want to be, but I'm at the point where I can control it, and I can do things where I don't feel anxious all the time, and I'm not depressed like I used to be. And a lot of that came from when Roxy and I actually moved here on our own. I actually took like a little break from YouTube because we were doing all that stuff. So a lot of that came from that. So yeah, so I guess in a way I was so scared to move out on our own, because I was like, we're not gonna make it. I'm gonna be like stressed out all the time, which doesn't help my anxiety. But when it actually happened, it's amazing. Like it's the best thing that I could have done. And I feel like little things like that are what gets me going. It's what tells me whatever, like when you go to BeautyCon, you're not going to regret it. Like you're going to go have fun. Don't think about the negatives. Like it's going to be okay. So I guess any advice that I can give to anyone that has anxiety is I know everybody says do what you feel like, what you're like scared of, because you don't get over your fear unless you do it. But I know how hard that can be. Like I know, like when people say that, I'm like, but I can't do this or that, But I think taking baby steps. Like I know obviously moving out on my own is not a baby step, but it's something that I had to do, so I had to kind of jump at it. But if you take baby steps and you conquer one fear at a time, when you're trying to conquer another fear, you think about all the ones that you've already like done. So you feel good about yourself, and two, you kind of feel like I can do this. Like I really can. I've done all of these. I can do one more. A couple things that have helped me with anxiety. I don't take medication for it. I don't do really anything for it. I want to actually start doing like alternatives aside from medicine to help me with it. But as like right now, what helps me with it is when I'm having a panic attack, I have to talk about what's making me anxious and why I'm panicking. And the person that helps me all the time is Roxy. So when I was panicking about BeautyCon, I was in my room by myself, and then I was like, I have to talk about it, because if I don't, I'm going to be like this. I actually had to call out from work because I was like, I feel like I wanted to throw up. I just did not feel good at all. I felt dizzy, and I was like, I'm really going to vomit. And as soon as I told her about it and she was calming me down, she just like knew what to say to me. So I think it's really, really important to find things that help you when you're going through that. I know when Roxy's not here with me, I try to do stuff so that I don't think about what's making me anxious. So, I don't know, like I do stuff like paint my nails or make videos. Videos for me are, I don't know, it just takes my mind off of what I'm thinking and I don't think about it, so I don't panic. So one advice, or that advice would be, just look for something that helps you not think about what you're panicking, or talk about why, what's in your head, why you feel this way. And people can give you advice on it, and it really, really helps you a lot, because what you're thinking is not necessarily what it is. Like I was panicking about going to BeautyCon, and my sister was like, don't think about that, don't think about, that is so and so far away, and whatever, like, I don't know, like, whatever other thing, I forgot what I was actually stressed about. She was like, think about, how you're going to meet your friends, and how you're going to meet a whole bunch of cool, people that are going to be at BeautyCon, and you're going to explore Dallas, because I've never been there. So, like, people can help you, because you're just thinking about the negative. And so people, when you talk about it, people can help you, and you just calm yourself down, because you're like, you know what, they're right. They're so right about what they're telling me. So that's one thing I do. I find myself talking about it all the time, or not all the time, I'm talking about it when I do get in that, anxious panic attack stage. And I feel like that helps me a lot. I hope this video helps some of y'all, because I know, like, I don't really like to talk about anxiety and or watch videos on it, but I've seen a couple of my friends' videos on like anxiety and like Zoella's, and I feel like it did help me. Even though I hate watching them, it helped me in a way, knowing that like it's helped someone else, and I'm like, you know what, I can get to the point where she's at, or where he's at, so and so. So that is the reason why I made this video. Even though I've probably had to make this video a long time ago, I just now made it because I just didn't want to do it. I stopped myself all the time until I was like, no, you're going to sit down and you're going to make this video because it can help one person. Even if it helps like one person, I'm okay with that, because it's okay. One person is more than zero. Alright guys, so that is it for this video. Sorry it's a little different than what I normally make. I just felt that I wanted to make this video because, I don't know, I wanted to talk about that because it's part of who I am, and my YouTube video is obviously me. So I wanted to talk about this. So if you do want me to make any more videos on like anxiety or panic attack or depression or any of that, leave it down below. Or if you have questions or anything, I'll answer them down below, whatever you like, I don't even know. But I will be more than happy to film more for you. They are hard to film, but I will do it for you. If it helps you, I will do it. Or if you want to send me messages here on, YouTube about it, you can. I'll be more than happy to answer anything that you, like any questions you have, or help you with anything, because I know not everybody has their person like I have Roxy, But I'll be more than happy to be the person that helps you get through anything, because we can get through this. We don't have to live in fear. We don't have to live, knowing that it's never going to go away, because it's never going to go away. No, like everybody has anxiety. We just have to learn how to control it. And when we learn how to control it, then we'll have it less, and we don't have to fear the world, because the world is magical, and we should go out and explore it every day and not feel scared by it, because it's not scary. I mean, it is scary. I mean, look at the news, it's scary, but we're not going to be scared by going out with our friends, by going out to dinner with family, because those are little memories that we're missing out in life because of something that we're letting it, control us, and we shouldn't, because no, we only have one life, and we have to live that life to the fullest. God made us the way we are, and He knew we were strong enough to handle this, and we are. We just have to realize that we can handle it. So just remember, you can handle it, and you can do anything you want. Just try hard. We have to try extra hard to do as simple as go out. And I know some people have anxiety where they can't even step outside of their house. Just take baby steps, like it's going to take us longer to not live in fear, but I know one day we can all be okay. We're all gonna be fine. We don't have to live our life like this, you know. And that's where I get most of like my inspiration from, I guess. Knowing that like I don't want to die and I've lived in fear. You know what I mean? I want to know that I've done what I wanted to do and I didn't let it get to me. So yeah, I want y'all to do the same because I know we can. I know we can do it, and we will. So yeah. So that was it for this video. If y'all liked it, give it a thumbs up, and if you didn't, you don't have to. I guess I don't know. So that is it for now. I'll see y'all next Friday. Bye. Live your life beautiful.